South Korean authorities investigating last month's Jeju Air crash have released their preliminary accident report, the first official findings that aim to shed light on the deadliest air disaster in the country's history. The initial report, released about a month after the horrific accident that claimed 179 lives, has also been sent to the UN Aviation Agency and to the authorities of the United States, France, and Thailand for further analysis. The Transport Ministry included the reconstructed pre-crash timeline in the report, synchronized and analyzed using the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, as well as the jet's communication with air traffic control, broken down by the second. According to the report, the black boxes ended recording at 8:58:50 a.m., just a minute after the plane received a bird activity warning from the Muan International Airport control tower. It's presumed that the plane lost power after both engines were seriously affected by bird strikes, with subsequent examination discovering bird feathers and blood in both the number 1 and 2 engines of the ill-fated B737-800. Video footage also showed the plane hitting birds during the go-around, although the exact time of the encounter reported by the pilots remains unconfirmed. The plane was at an altitude of 498 feet, flying at 161 knots at the moment the black box stopped recording. The Jeju airliner that flew in from Thailand remained aloft for about 4 minutes after it aborted its initial approach to make a go-around. It made a turn beyond the northern part of the airport before landing from the opposite direction of the same runway it should have landed on earlier without extending its landing gear. It then rammed into a concrete localizer mound and exploded in flames at 9:02:57 a.m. The ministry said it had also shared details of the report with the families of the victims on Saturday, including the accident overview, pilot experience, as well as photos of both engines buried in a mound of dirt. The captain had a total flight time of 6,823 hours, while the first officer had flown a total of 1,650 hours. Of those on board, 2 cabin crew located at the very back of the plane were the only survivors of the crash. The background of how the bird strike led to a whole series of events, the reasons for the seemingly rushed landing, and how the Boeing jet overshot the runway and rammed into the localizer mound are all being checked, with subsequent findings expected to provide more clues. The Transport Ministry said it is in the process of carefully analyzing all the information it had pulled from the jet's black box and will try to determine the cause of the sudden loss of power on the plane, which could have exacerbated flying conditions for the pilots of the plane. The jet, meanwhile, was built by Boeing in 2009 and acquired by the local budget carrier from Ryanair in early 2017.